Hello, friends. We gotta take a matcha break real quick. There's something about a hot matcha that just, I don't know, it just is so nourishing to the soul. We are here on my patio and I have decided to do some rearranging. It is October and as I'm filming this, it's like 60 degrees outside. It is wonderful. So I've decided to take my shade cloth down and I'm scared for my life. I'm scared for my plant's life. I have had such a difficult time when it comes to just full sun exposure with my plants in Arizona. If you guys are Arizonians, you know the trouble. I'm talking like scorching is one thing, but if you water them at the wrong time and then the temperature rises and they like internally rot from just overheating from the inside out, it is treacherous, honestly. So that's kind of what we're dealing with. I need to take the shade cloth down. If you guys watched my outdoor plant tour from, I think a couple weeks ago, there are quite a few plants right now that either are at risk for edulation or I just want to be super mindful of so they don't get to that point. And the biggest part of that is making sure that they have enough sun exposure. So I have tested it out for like 2 days without the shade cloth, and I'm already noticing some signs of scorching and unhappiness. So I need to rearrange everything out here. I kind of got started. You can see my cacti lined up on my little balcony. I decided I might as well film this. So before I get into it, this is a apartment patio, so I don't have a ton of space to work with, and it's not going to be the most ideal setup. I love where my chairs are at right now. I have this beautiful tree that I face, but unfortunately, I think the plant table is going to have to go right here, so it's pulled back a little bit. This is southwest, mainly west exposure. It's about as intense of sun as you can get here in Arizona, so I got to do what's right for the plant. So I'm going to see how much of this I can get done before I have a workout class that I have to go to. So we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna give y'all an overview of what we're working with right now. We have the chairs over here. My bonsai has already taken way too much light. I've taken off a lot of the leaves that were scorched, but there was brown spots and it was super unhappy like day one. So that is not gonna be able to stay there. Right here, we've got some space that isn't really well utilized. So I don't know what my plan is there. And then we've got my empty plant table with all of my plants here. My main goal here is to just, I don't know, I guess move the table back and then figure out where to put the chairs. So I'm gonna show you guys my thought process here. First thing we're gonna do is take the chairs out of the way because I know they're not gonna stay here. So my plan here is to move the table as far back as I can get it, to where we're still getting some light. I'm thinking like here-ish, maybe. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, I think we can work with that. I don't really know what to do with this bench because I don't use it too much. The only time I ever really use it is when I'm repotting something. So what I might do is come in and tuck it under, and then when I do like repotting work and stuff like that, it can be functional and I can have a little table. The only other option I can think is like to put it right here against the balcony, but I don't really know what purpose it would serve there. So we'll just try this. For the space over here, like I said, I loved the chairs where they were because I could actually like see the view from the balcony, and I could either put them right here and like face inward, but that's just so odd to me, so I can't do that. So I'm thinking I'll put the chairs right here. It's not great, but at least I can like have a little bit of a viewpoint and they can feel a little bit more functional. I just don't want to sit with my back to the patio. So I'll grab those. I don't think I'm gonna be able to caddy them. I feel like I don't have enough space. We'll see. Maybe I should pull this rug out a little bit. I also have this plant stand to work with here because there's a couple plants that are not going to fare well right here with no shade cloth. So we'll use that later. I think this caddy situation isn't bad. Yeah, I think we can work with this. I might put this little table in between the chairs because the other one that I had previously is much wider and I don't think it's going to have enough room to be in between them. I'm really not working with a ton of space here. I'm gonna put her here because she'll get less sun, and my matcha here as well. Whatever, it's fine. These guys, I'm thinking I will move because I need to utilize this corner space for some of the guys that might get scorched. So I think I'll show you guys in a second. I'm gonna put one of them in the corner right here. To be honest, I kind of want to get rid of these stands. They're like very whimsical and they don't really fit the vibe that I'm going for right now. But for now, we'll keep one there. And then I might leave the other one right here. I really don't like these, to be honest, you guys, but I don't know. Once I get into a home, I might find a better spot for them and I'll like them again. I'm not sure. At least for now, they are kind of symmetrical and out of like the main area. I don't think I'm gonna have enough space to do what I want to do in these corners because of the chairs. I'm gonna tuck this as far back into the corner as I can get it, and then I want to put my Euphorbia white ghost here because she definitely needs some shade. All right, here she comes. I do actually get a lot of sun here, but it's at least guarded by this wall, so she'll get more ambient light, not direct light, which I think she will appreciate. I might have to center these chairs just because I don't think I'm gonna have enough room to have them caddied. I need to slide them over. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I might have to switch the tables out. I might need to do one table here. If you guys have watched my styling videos before, I do a lot of things in pairs of 3s or 5s, just kind of an odd number to end in because I just think that that typically looks more balanced. So I'm gonna put a 3rd thing right here. For now, I think I might put this adenum here. I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna put this adenum here. I think I'm gonna put this one, my more bonsai styled one here. And then I'm thinking the monkey tail right here. I've got the monkey tail on, oh my lord, this is heavy, on this stand. That doesn't look horrible, but I wish that this was taller and then this was just like half an inch taller because this is kind of like conflicting heights since they're kind of like matching up. But I think considering what I have to work with, I can make this work. My monkey tail, I have been testing getting more light and it seems to be doing fine. I haven't seen any signs of scorching and it's kind of protected by this wall and this wall here. So I'll keep an eye on it, but so far so good. I think she will like this corner and I just want to make sure that these babies come in nice and thick. So yeah, I will keep an eye on her. We have this table, which I don't know how I'm gonna get this to fit in here. Honestly, it might have to go on this side because there's just not a world in which it's gonna fit right there. We will put this right in here and then it's at least functional. So I'll have somewhere to put like a book or my matcha when I'm reading. I think we will put my ficus here in the corner. And then now we just have to finish up the main table. Here we go. So I'm basically going to replicate how I had it before, but just flipped. So tallest ones will be in the back, shortest ones will be in the front. We're gonna start off with this guy in the center, and I'm trying to do like a cascading moment from tallest to shortest, from the front or from the back to the front, and from the central point here out. I'm also not doing them straight across. I'm trying to do more of like a semicircle type moment. Don't ask me why, I just think that that's kind of the vibe for me right now. All right, this guy we'll put over here. You can see too, you don't have to do this, but if you're extremely OCD like I am, I'm kind of matching the pot sizes. I mean, I'm literally matching the pots. These are both identical, these are identical. This guy ideally would be in something like taller and more slender, and the pot would like come to like right about here, but we're not there yet and she doesn't need a pot that big, so we're just gonna pretend like that looks better than it does. I think when I'm thinking about plant styling, I'm always thinking about balance. So these guys have like the same amount of like weight and volume to them in my opinion. So they might not have a matching pot, but at least they have like a similar size. So these are the same exact pots. I don't know where I'm gonna put these quite yet, but for now I'm just gonna set them here. My desert rose, I'm whispering because I think my fiance is in a meeting, so we're gonna be quiet. But my desert rose, I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep this one, to be honest. I don't know. I think she might be getting too much light because her leaves are going downward. I'm gonna put her in the center for right now because I don't know what else to do with her and she's in a really big pot. So we'll just do that for now. These two balance themselves out well. I will probably do one of these moments. Actually, I don't think I want all of my tephro cactuses together because I think they'll start to blend a little bit too much. So I'm gonna put this on the other side. I did want to show you guys though, like I think this one got scorched and it was only in direct sun for a day. So this is an example why I'm pulling everything back. Okay, I'm liking that. Now we have our last two. Again, these have like a similar size to them. So this guy, I'm not sure if this one got scorched. I don't know. It's looking like a little light gray right in here, if you guys can see that. And right in here. I know that this might be a little bit too much sun for it, so I'm nervous about this. With that being said, I'm probably going to put it in the corner because I feel like this might get a little less light than over here. I'm not sure though. And then my agave I'm going to put in the corner. Okay, we'll do a little walkthrough. So as I mentioned, I don't think this is the most perfect situation here. It seems a little bit unbalanced to me, but I think it'll work for now. And this guy will be protected from the sun. So that was my biggest concern there. I think that looks okay. Also, please know that we were going to discard these cinder blocks, but we found that there were lizards living underneath them, so we brought them back just in case the lizards want to stay there. So if you're wondering why I have giant cinder blocks here serving absolutely no purpose, that is why. We got this corner. We have the chairs looking all awkward over here, but whatever, that's the best I can do with that situation. And then we've got this table over here, my matcha, which I need right now. I don't think that looks horrible. And then we have the main plant table, which looks fine. I mean, it's a little bit awkward just having a table in the middle of the patio, but at least it's functional and at least everything is safe from hopefully being scorched. Once I'm back from my workout class, we're gonna do a couple things inside as well. I just wanna make sure everything's ready for fall. There's gonna be a little bit less light and I just wanna give some plants some haircuts and just do some restart. So I will see you guys back in a couple hours. If y'all see bruises down the right side of my leg, it is because there are crazy mosquitoes out in Arizona right now. It's so unfortunate. I have been scratching at them and it's just crazy, but it's day 2 and I don't have a ton to do in the bedroom. I wanted to chop a couple of my plants back. I just have an itch to regrow them and just give them a haircut. Some of them are just quite frankly too long. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna give my Hoyas a little bit of love and I think that might be it. I'm gonna water my yucca. I just wanna get prepared for fall and make sure that everything is accounted for and taken care of now that we have made it through the summer. So nothing too crazy, but let's go ahead and finish up. It is haircut time. If you guys don't know this about me, I used to be a hairdresser in a past life for like 5 years and I love a good haircut. This guy is so long and it's just really not necessary at this point. And I feel like she could use a haircut and this might shock y'all. This might shock y'all, but I'm gonna pretty much match where my Hoya's at here and just chop it. And another thing that might shock you guys is I'm not going to prop these cuttings. I'm not gonna do it, I don't need to. This thing is really bushy and it's going to only become more dense after this chop. So let's just get into it. Honestly, I get such a rush when I get to chop something. So for me, I can tell a difference in the density here versus right in here. It starts to just get a little bit sparse and that's exactly where we're gonna go. You don't have to get super technical with this, but if you do want to, you're gonna look for a node. This is where those little bumps are right here. I'll try to get like a better picture if I can, but you wanna go right below a node. When I notice that the inner nodes are a little bit longer, I typically cut about 1/2 inch below that. It really doesn't matter. And I cut it at an angle. I also don't think that matters, but that's just what I do. So again, it's super dense up here and then it lacks density down here in my opinion. So we're going to be cutting all along this range. We will start over here. So I've got my node. I'm coming in at a diagonal right underneath and we're snipping it off. Node coming in underneath, snipping it off. This is just like, is this not such a release for y'all? It's absolutely amazing. This one you can tell I chopped. I chopped right here and it put off a shoot here, which I do appreciate. Is it wrong of me to chop it off? I think I'm gonna chop it off. No. Maybe I shouldn't. Let's maybe do here, just out of respect, since it did regrow that. This is a real thick vine. I do feel a little bit bad about cutting this, but it's okay. I said I was going to chop it, and I'm going to chop it. This is pretty crazy, honestly. Here, same thing. This is such a long spacing. We've got from here to here. So to be honest, I might cut this a little bit higher. I'm going to go right here. You don't have to do this. You don't have to be as dramatic with these cuts. But like I said, I got that hairdresser in me, and we are gonna just start new. And please, please, please understand that this will really help your plant grow unrecognizably the more that you chop it back, because it encourages more density to be grown up into the vine. It also, instead of just being a single vine, 9 times out of 10, it's going to branch out into 2 vines. So you can imagine that gives you more density as well. It's all positives in my opinion. So I cannot recommend it enough. This guy, I might do this one right here just because I want it to be like not a super blunt cut, because that might look a little crazy. Here, I'm gonna go, let's try here and see what it looks like. I'll do this one. And then we're gonna step back and we're gonna see how this looks. You can see we took a lot off. That was pretty aggressive of me. This is what we're working with. It's kind of like a whole baby plant right there. I think this looks pretty good. I'm just seeing if there's anything else that I want to snip. I might snip this little guy. Like, this is just not seeming too profound, and it's a little bit gappy. We're gonna do that. I think that's the final cut. What do we think? And then it's like basically matching in length. And I think that just looks nice. It looks clean, and it's a good restart for the fall season. Okay, over here, I'm not doing anything wild, but I have been neglecting my bloom spray on my Hoyas. If you guys have watched my videos, you guys know I'm obsessed with this. It is amazing, and it helps me get blooms like this girl. Let's see if we can get a little closer. How cute is this? This is my Calistophylla. This guy blooms all the time. I really cannot even express how much this one blooms. So we're just gonna get back on this. I have been very neglectful recently, and I just need to step up my game. So I'm gonna drench these in this spray, and then we will be done here in the bedroom. My compact is actually growing pretty well. I'm surprised. I mean, it's growing really slow, but I'm trying to keep her a little bit more watered than usual, and I'm finding that that's working out really well. She's not dropping leaves like she used to, so I'm definitely learning from my mistakes with Hoya when it comes to underwatering them. And they're definitely, oh my gosh, what is this? Oh, look at these leaves. Oh, they're so cute. So cute. Also, don't inhale this stuff like I'm doing right now. It like makes your throat itch in a really weird way. Okay, 2 more left, 2 more left. If I was like a perfect plant parent, I would do this like monthly, but it's probably been at least 3 months since I've done this, which is sad. Okay, we got that done. Let's go and see. We're gonna water my yucca, and then I'm going to chop a couple more plants, and we will call it a day. It's a little dark in my living room right now, but that will be okay. My Peperomia Hope is something that I really want to chop back. I don't know if you guys can see this in its full entirety, but she's really, really long, and I do love that for her, and I love that for me, but I think I just want to cut her back and restart it. I love this plant. It's super forgiving, super easy. I think I'm gonna cut it kind of around this area. So here, for example, we should technically have leaves right here, but we don't. And because of that, she's getting snipped. Here, these are pretty close together, but we're missing leaves here. I'm gonna snip right underneath those nodes. This guy, same thing. I don't know why we're 0 for 3 in that little area. I think that looks pretty good. It just looks so cute. And now hopefully it will give me 2 branches underneath. And yeah, I just think that's a good restart for her. As much as I hate it, I have decided to close this curtain for now, because you can probably see I'm having the same issue with my Monstera. I think it's too much light. I don't think it's too little water because I've really been upping the water intake on this one, and I'm just sad and I'm worried that I'm going to be down to 2 leaves again, and I just don't have a different spot for her, so I'm going to try to manage the light differently. It looks dark and it looks kind of sad in here, but I'm really trying to hang on to this leaf for as long as possible. Update on my Dayun Adul. It's not a good update. This is not what you want. I cut off the 2 other leaves. Most of you guys were saying that they actually are more, is canopy the correct word? Basically, they dwell on the floor where they usually live, especially these like baby specimens. So I think I blasted her with too much light and she finally had enough. This is my last leaf and she's obviously not doing too hot. At least I know it's not overwatering, but it is super sad nonetheless. So you will probably catch me in Tucson very soon and I will attempt to regrow this. I'm really sad about that. Like, I'm actually pretty distraught, so that's that update. There's nothing super crazy over here that I want to do. I guess let's look at my Hoya linearis. I don't know if this one needs a haircut. I think this one's pretty good, honestly. And she's meant to be kind of a longer gal. She's in a spot where she can trail and we can kind of appreciate her in all of her entirety. So I think she's saved from a chop today. My Polynera, I probably will cut eventually, but I don't know. She looks kind of nice right now, so we'll leave her. I think the last thing I want to do is water my yucca plant. I have not watered this guy since I got it, and we're talking like months ago. I'll put up on the screen when I got this because it has been such a long time. These are very drought tolerant and they store a lot of water like within the actual plant themselves. So I have just been trying not to do too much with her. But at this point, it's been a few months and I think I'll give her a drink. I theoretically have a plastic saucer under this, but I kind of smashed it when I put this on top. So I'm a little worried that water's going to leak everywhere, but we'll find out together. Look at all of these baby sprouts. I mean, what in the world? Like, it's about to be just like a yucca forest in here, and that is just really crazy. It's really crazy, but I just don't want to disturb her too much. So maybe eventually, if I repot this thing, I'll take some of these pups and like give them to friends. But for now, I guess I'm just gonna let her pop off. All right, we're coming in with some filtered water and we're just gonna give her a good drench. I'm not gonna do too much because I don't know if this is gonna leak everywhere. So we're gonna be a little conservative, but we're gonna make sure that we're watering all along the base of the plant. And I think that's a good start. Oh, I'm scared. You would not believe how heavy. It's because of this. This is concrete, I think. Something heavy. And I didn't have a nursery pot big enough, and my impulsive self just wanted to get it done that day. So I just repotted it back into this concrete pot, and my back is so appreciative of that decision. I think that's good. Let's do a little bit more. I'm just making an absolute mess. Okay, I feel good about that. We're gonna water my Syndapsis over here because she's always thirsty. And then I think we are kind of done for this little fall reset day. I just watered my Paradoxa recently. I gave her a good drench. She should be good while we're here. I'll go ahead and give this gal just a little bit of water. I think that's good. I might do my Spirit of Sanctity. Okay. Everything else is good. I'm actually going to water my Brazil real quick too. And then we'll fill up my prop jar. Okay, wonderful. Look at all these little cuttings, they're so cute. I don't know, that plant is so dense at the top. I don't even think I could put these in there if I wanted to. It's a cute plant. I might do something with these, I'm not sure. But that is all for today's video. I know it was nothing crazy, but I figured just for like the chops and the rearranging, I wanted to show you guys what I was doing for today and maybe inspire you guys in TLC with me as the season changes. So hopefully that was semi-inspiring to get up and give your plant some love. Another thing that I don't have time for today is pest care management. I have found, and most plant parents have found, that when the season changes, that is when you start to see some unwanted critters on your plants. So if you can go in and give everything a really good shower as we transition into fall and winter, I would definitely recommend that as well. I will get to that a different day, but that is it for today's video. I am going to start to do nursery tours pretty soon here. October is like when all the nurseries in Arizona start kind of popping off with their inventory selection. So I've got a couple lined up for hopefully the end of October, but definitely in November and December. So keep an eye out for those. I haven't done any of those in so long, and I think they're so much fun, but that is it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.